kiwi birds of the New Zealand, so they became flightlessness. So
Okay, sir.
they didn't use that wings longer duration, they became flightless. That is the disuse example. So criticism is also good. Basic idea. So giraffe. So giraffe, you don't need to write the same thing is repeated. Already you write about giraffe, right? So use and acquisition of the trait, elongated neck and legs. So Darwinism and criticisms. Okay. So this they might ask like two different questions. Discuss the various influences on the Darwin. So that might be asked separately. So you wrote the factors of influence on the Darwin. So uniformitarianism. What do you mean by uniformitarianism? So environment is not changing constantly. It is kind of same kind of forces right now operating on the earth. So for epirogenic, orogenic, some forces are there, right?
Yes, sir.
So they might have also the same kind of forces are responsible. The forces responsible for change of the geology is same, right? The same kind of forces also present in the past, even present for the species formation. That is uniformity, you draw idea. So wellness, okay. Variation of
So
deportment.
can you again explain?
Sorry.
Can you again explain this uniformitarianism?
So that in-depth is not required because we are
So
expecting
the
that kind
first,
of question. It never had given. If sometimes it comes all of the sudden for 10 marks, you can write it. So as part of long answer, touching these people is enough.
okay, sir.
If they give you separate, that is rarest rare case. So still you could not miss that chance. That's why I gave it.
Okay,
So
sir.
Malthus theory, okay, Malthusian population. There you can elaborate a little bit off of the page. Malthus postulates like food grains are arithmetic in mean, population growth is geometric in mean. So those things you can write some
Symmetric.
of the page like. The industrial revolution, that is also good. Okay. So types of
Okay,
natural
sir.
selection, you wrote very well. Struggle for existency. So you conclude here, intra-struggle, intra-specific struggle is very, it is very severe when come to inter and as against the environment. So the struggle of the
Okay, sir.
interspecific is very severe and more damage for the species. So
Yes,
variations
sir.
are
Please
good.
write.
Yes,
Okay,
individual
sir.
variations. Okay, sports, sudden occurring variations. Okay, sports. Variation due to use and disuse, hybrid variations, okay. Natural selection, survival of the fittest, transfer of the variations, so origin of the species. So this knowledge is very good for you. So little bit organization. So Darwin theory, okay, Darwin
Okay,
theory of
sir.
artificial selection, sexual selection, artificial selection, okay. So criticisms. So according to him, small fluctuations they accumulate over a period of time, and it gives rise to the bigger fluctuations or bigger variations. But in infancy stage, the individual before maturing, the small variations might be erased because of the struggle. So that criticism we have to mention. So small
Yes, very
fluctuations may
true.
not continue in the population in the struggle. So it was highlighted as a criticism. So infancy time, it has the variation, but
So
it has to
it means
fight. Yes, are you getting? Yeah, Mona, are you getting or not?
small fluctuation means small mutations. That's a mutation. So that
No,
is
no. See,
mutation.
they they
That's a mutation.
they combined
Yes.
the relationship between struggle for existence, right? In the struggle for existence, when an individual it reaches to the maturity only can wage a battle against properly. But in infancy, it could not able to wage battle against the environment or other species, intra-species. So these, the means before infancy to maturity, first it has to survive to show that variation. Understand? So small fluctuations could not be get the chance to express before reaching the maturity. Are you getting or not? Every individual has variations. That variation should only express during the adulthood or maturity phase, not the infancy stage. In infancy, most of this variation could be arised because of competition.
Okay, sir.
So that was present. So next one is mm, yes, the role of cooperation. The role of cooperation among the species. Different species cooperate each other in their survival. So he always thought that struggle is the means of survival. But without having the struggle, they can make an adjustment of supporting each other. That you have seen in environmental studies, mutualism. So different species, they support each other for their survival. So he only focused on the struggle, but he didn't explain that role of cooperation or mutualism in the survival of the species. That is one more
Okay.
thing. So you can write this sexual selection also. Here only, male are inactive, male are passive. Only female are the deciding factor of the what kind of variation to be passed on the next generation, right? So this is gender biased one. Evolution is not a gender biased one, right? So this also you can highlight.
Okay, sir.
So apart from that,
Okay, sir.
remaining all the criticisms you have covered very well. There is a high chance of asking 10 marks also. So only criticisms of the Darwin, shortcomings of the Darwins. So this might they frame like 10 marks. So you should be very careful about this. That means we have to get more marks right, not writing the answer. When compared to other people, we have to cover more shortcomings.
Okay, sir.
So Pangence you wrote it right. Pangence, August Weismann, he rejected it. Okay.
Yes, sir. Parent Jesus. Yes, sir.
Except few things, everything is looking good. So Lamarckism and Darwinism, this is also good. So very rarely they ask this question. Still, we should be ready for all type of questions. So evolution by common descent, you never talk about the no descent. Origin of the diversities, okay, vertical and horizontal aspect. So scientific evidences, individual as the unit, or population is the unit. Okay. Similarities, both are talking about the okay, gradualness, theory of use and disease. That is also good. So this already you write in the above differences, right? Okay, differences with example. Okay, that is also good. Okay, this is also good. So your way of writing is good. You don't need to worry. So this question I have seen somewhat peculiar. Hmm? So
Yes,
demand
sir.
of the question you have to fulfill. So history and evolution of synthetic theory means what you will write? Hmm?
Sir, synthetic theory is the advanced version of Darwinism, sir.
Yes, two type things are there. One is evolution, the framework of
Evolution.
evolution given by Lamarckism and Darwinism, and later August Weismann in his germplasm theory. Okay, these are all the evolutionary ideas. So variations, how variations comes, how variations are passed to the next generation as given by Mendel. Okay.
Mendelian.
So Thomas Morgan, he talked about the gene. So some
Yes,
other
sir.
mutations. So it is the source of variation. Mutations due of risk. So these are all the things only you have to talk. So that means where evolutionary ideas, if you take that Darwinism, what are the shortcomings? How these shortcomings were rectified by August Weismann through mutational theory. So he couldn't explain the origin of the variations that explained later time by using the mutational theory by Digoveris. So this passing from one generation to another generation explained by the Mendel. So these are all where these all variations present explained by the gene. So these are all the things you can combine. That means most of your answers should revolve around these points. So when we are talking about the history, understand history and evolution. So if you have the time, combine all these things and last one paragraph or last one page you dedicate for the synthetic theory explanation. But most
Okay.
of the 60% of answers should be all these theories explanation only. That is the history
Okay,
of
sir.
evolution. So because it
Okay,
came
sir.
2 years back for 20 marks.
Yes, sir. So can I get sample answer for this one, sir? Synthetic theory.
It is already present in our website, right? I shared also. Okay, I will share it to you. So I will
Yes,
show
sir.
you that. So total 3 perspectives are there in the synthetic theory. First one is history and evolution.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir.
So this is the historical developments contributed for the synthetic theory. This is the aspect he asked. Okay. So that only we have to focus. You can see Lamarckism. So next one is, Darwinism. So contributions of Charles Darwin.
Charles Darwin.
So August Weismann. Even population genetics also they took, explaining the genotypic frequencies. So mutationism. So that diagram I will show you. Contribution of Mendel. So this is the diagram you have to explain actually further. So
Okay,
idea of
so-
evolution. So ideas of evolution given by Lamarck. So Charles Darwin, August Weismann, Neo-Darwinism. So hereditary, study of coming of variations and passing of this variation from generation to generation given by Mendel, Hugo de Vries mutational theory, Thomas Morgan theory of gene, Fisher, Aldan, Wright, collective genetics. So these things we have to explain for the historical development of synthetic theory.
Okay, sir. Sir, I have used the Fisher's work, sir.
Yes, yes. So this is the second dimension of this theory. What actually synthetic theory? So what you will write in the synthetic theory? So synthetic theory you can divide into 2 portions. First one is
Yes.
talking about the variations, because the most severe criticism on the Darwin was he could not able to explain the origin of the variations, right? So that angle only solved by the synthetic theory. Okay. So origin of variations.
Yes, sir.
So
Two
divide that
portions.
question into 2 portions. First portion is source of variations. So this is
Source
the
of
source of
variation.
variations where you can put these mutations. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So recombinations. So chromosome related
Recombination.
things are there. Recombinations, numerical and structural variations. So these kind of
Yes,
things
sir.
you can put. It is the source of variation. The second one
Okay.
is, so evolutionary forces guiding the forces of evolution. So natural selection. Okay. Gene flow, genetic drift, sexual selection. So these things you will write as a they operate on these variations.
Okay, sir.
So these are all the sources of variation. These are all the forces of guiding which area variation to be survive in the next generation. So divide this two into 2 separate portions and write it.
Ji, sir.
So while write the genetic, hybridization or gene flow. So what kind of issues you will take?
Horse, sir. Horse का कुछ कर सकते हैं, sir.
So gene flow could be a unidirectional, bidirectional, right? So mostly
sir.
unidirectional might contribute for the new alleles introduction. Okay. If two separate populations are there, like somewhere else, 3 separate populations are there. So here genetic diversity is passing to here and here and here. These 3 are exchanging. So the descendants would have similarity or dissimilarity.
Sir, कुछ मतलब sir mix of 3 हो सकता है, sir.
So if there is no gene flow between these 3 societies, these 3 develop into a separate species or not?
Yes, sir. They will be separate. Yes, sir.
Okay, isolation result into a new species formation. If
Yes,
the isolation is erased and gene flow is continuously flowing between the different societies, what would happen means, so monotrites develop.
Yes,
So
sir.
monotrites develop, and instead of multiple species, only single species would continue to survive. So that means it is not the resulted into speciation. Because everybody looks similar because of same traits present in all the societies. So that's the reason isolation is very important when you're writing the gene flow. One way direction, it should not be a constant flow of the genes from all the members. So that you can, that means where isolation should also you have to bring it.
Isolation. Okay.
So after natural forces of selection, forces of evolution, variations, force of evolution, and third one is isolation. Isolation most important. Without having isolation, so the species could not evolve.
Ji, sir.
You can see Homo sapiens. Homo sapiens origin 2 theories are there, right? One
Yes,
is
sir.
out of Africa theory.
Africa, yes, out of Africa theory. Yes, sir.
Second one is multi-regional theory.
Acha, yes, sir.
Multi-regional theory means different space places. No, these modern Homo sapiens emerged. Okay, if different spaces they emerged means they should not be exactly similar. But how did they become similar means because of gene flow. Multi-regional evolution plus gene flow contributed same species all over the world.
Okay, sir.
Otherwise, without having the gene flow, so different population at different region evolved. They could not be 100% similar.
Okay, sir.
Gene flow is the reason because everybody has the similar, even though they arose in different places. So those we will discuss as part of hominin evolution.
Okay, sir.
So must and should you should bring that isolation. So what type of isolations? Geographical isolation, reproductive isolation only contributes for the speciation. So continuous gene flow never create any new species emergency.
Okay.
So see same. So macroevolution means it is the hominin evolution chapter. So micro means population genetics.
Okay, sir.
So here the question is like mechanisms, right? Mechanism means you have to write the forces, same forces, sources of variations, sources of evolution. These two things you have to write. Mechanisms means. So if they ask you like what are all the differences between micro and macro, this answer is good. Mechanism means you have to focus on gene frequency, genotypic frequencies. So that means within the same species, how this causes within the generation to generation is a micro evolution. So
Yes, sir.
same
Same.
species, if is split into multiple species, that is called speciation. It is called macro evolution. So the
Macroevolution.
mechanisms and examples we have to quote more. So you wrote very good. Micro evolution. So here example, what you will give examples? ABO blood groups are good examples. Okay. So taster, non-taster, tasting ability of the PTC substance, population divided into taster and non-taster. So though they are Homo sapiens, within the same species, this variation. And third one is lactose intolerance and tolerance. Human populations are regarding this lactose enzyme production. So some people are tolerant and some people are non-tolerant, intolerant. So these kind of divisions you can write.
Okay, sir.
So macro, overall, micro, okay. So while writing gene flow means this kind of macro evolution, will it result into any species creation?
Macro, yes, sir.
So it won't create any new species, but it change the gene pool from generation to generation.
Yes, sir.
So here you can write genetic drift.
Genetic drift.
So genetic drift, it changes. Good alleles might be eliminated or some of eliminate, say for suppose X and Y, two alleles are present on the same location. So those people who died possessing this Y allele, the remaining people survive with only X allele. So earlier it is the X plus Y gene pool. Now it is only X gene pool. Here it is X has no advantage. Okay, here it is not selected by the nature. It is not the natural selection. So here genetic drift and natural selection both varies the gene pool, right? But what is the difference? Why don't we call genetic drift also a natural selection?
Because in genetic drift, sir, there will be no gene flow
Mm.
and no environmental influence.
So actually genetic drift means a trait is continued in a population without having adaptive ability.
Okay, sir.
So natural selection means only adaptive ability traits are promoted.
Okay, sir.
So for suppose there is a island, okay, in this island, some people died because of the severe cyclone or storm. Okay, so before this event occurred, all the people's genes contribute for the collective gene pool. After storm, some people eliminated. The remaining people genes are nothing but a gene pool. It is change occur, right? So here it is not the eliminated genes are not disadvantaged, but surviving genes are not advantaged. Okay, it is purely A chance. Fluctuation is purely by chance, not based on the adaptive fitness.
Okay, sir.
So if a trait is selected by the nature, it must be adaptive fitness. That's why these are all two different mechanisms of change in gene pool. So microevolution, gene mutation, inbreeding, hybridization, genetic drift, natural selection. Okay, macroevolution. Okay. So adaptive radiation also good. So adaptive radiation among the primates. So primates adaptive. You see, this is the pinches, Darwin pinches. So the bars we don't require. So they're asking like you always take it from primates adaptive radiation. So primate adaptive radiation means what? So you can take example common ancestor to new world monkeys, old world monkeys. So these are completely different, right? One is Platyrini, another one is Catyrini. Understand? Common ancestor to before when it is a Pangea, all the continents are combined. Common ancestors were survived. When continents were drifted, so those North American, South American monkeys are developed into Platyrrhininos. So Platyrrhininos. These new world monkeys are became Catyrrhininos. Understand? This is adaptive radiation. And so after Miocene, because of climate change, so these primates are radiated into seed eaters, nut eaters, leaf eaters, carnivores, this kind of dietary adaptive radiations. So this also mammals you can write in the primates. So even you can take the human evolution also. Can it be possible to take human evolution?
Yes, sir. But sir, like sir, so these examples, sir, will you give, sir? Where can I find these examples?
So I'm telling you, you can write it down. So what are the most important things I'm giving to you? You don't need to worry. So these are all present in our website, but it is not the time to go in depth of any new resource. That is the problematic, right? So
Yes,
generally, I will teach you what are the good things. Okay. So what are the important things? So you wrote from, I think some of the information is mostly from Telugu Academy. So convergence. So don't worry, I go through every line. So I will give most accurate inputs to get more and more marks. So our hard work should not go waste. So convergence, different lines, phenotypically similar, not genotypically. So this is also good. Different species, bat and bird. So parallelism and convergence.
So in short, can you please explain parallelism and convergence, sir?
Sorry?
In short, can you explain parallelism and convergence? Summarize. Can you summarize?
So parallelism nothing but so common ancestor. So Dryopithecus. Okay. So Dryopithecus were the common ancestor. So this Dryopithecus split into Pongude line. Pongude line is nothing but apes. So hominin line. So one is hominin line that is up to reaching of genus Homo. Another one is Pongude line. So Pongude line is nothing but apes. So here if you take chimpanzee, gorilla and humans, both are looks similarly, parallel. So that means their all structures, okay, physiology, everything looks parallel only, similar. So why? Because common ancestor. So in parallelism, two species they appear similarly because of they have genetic similarity. Understand? So that means here if you take Australopithecines were there. So these Australopithecines and here also gorillas apes were there. So those Australopithecines more or less similar to gorilla and here. But here hominin, humans are absolutely bipedal. But here Pongude are knuckle walkers. Okay. So this kind of differences. So initial similarity 100%. Australopithecines and gorillas were more or less 99% similar. But here, right now, the same gorillas are there. That hominin level, hominin line reached to the present Homo sapiens. Here, Homo sapiens are bipedal. Pungde still quadrupedal. That means initial 100% similarity is caused by more genetic similarities. So later differences are caused by differential adaptations. So we adapted for the bipedalism, they are adapted knuckle walking. So they have still ability of climbing the trees. So see, convergent parallelism always comes into being when a common ancestor is present. But because they got separated or diverged from many million years back, so some variations also occur. So still there is more similarity. So still there is more similarity. Then same mode of adaptation even today they are following. Understand?
Okay, sir.
Initial similarity because just now they separated from the common ancestor. So this biological similarity or structural similarity. But after many millions of years later also both have the same similarity. Then what we can attribute here?
They have the common ancestors. They might be having the same gene pool, sir.
So initial
And because of the
similarity,
environmental
give it to the
factors,
gene pool because they diverge from the same thing. Just now, because they diverged, they are similar because common genes they shared. After they changed ecologies, they lived separate ecosystems, but still they are looking like same means they have same kind of adaptations.
Same kind of adaptation, yes, sir.
Understand?
Okay, sir.
So generally,
Yes,
all
sir.
the species have genetic similarities, but they are structurally different, right? Why they are structurally different means they were diverged many generations back, many time ago. So this is the
Yes, sir.
parallelism. So convergence means so different species, okay, because of same kind of adaptation, they look phenotypically similar, not genotypically.
Okay, sir. Okay.
So that is called convergence. So like if you take whales, so whales and sharks, okay.
Yes, sir.
So one is mammal, another one is fish kind of thing. So everybody thought that both are fish only, but one is warm blooded, another one is cold blooded. Because of aquatic environment, so their phenotypes should be same. The swimming have same kind of effect on the phenotype.
Yes, sir.
So this you can write. So parallelism and convergence.
Okay, sir.
If somebody asks you like parallelism in primates, you can take this Dryopithecus, Pungidae and Hominid. Okay. So still if you want, you can take.
Pongidae, sir.
Huh? So
So
parallelism.
what is it? Pongidae, sir?
Pungidae. Pungidae means apes. You can use the term.
Apes. Oh. Pongidae.
Pungidae indicates apes.
Yes, sir.
Or else you can directly use the term ape. There is nothing wrong.
Okay, sir.
So this parallelism in primates means what you will write? Same. Old world monkeys. Okay. New world monkeys. They evolved from the common ancestor, right?
Yes, sir.
Old world monkeys. So here there are more similarities, but dissimilarity. The nose, if you see, dissimilar. One is platyrini, another one is catyrini. So this is because of different ecologies, differential adaptation. But still their size, their reproductive system and everything looks similar because of common genetics. If more time passes, more similarities arise. But less time, more similarities because of genetics.
Okay, sir.
Even you can take Dryopithecus, Pungidae, Hominid also. Primates means this only.
Okay, sir. Done, sir.
So parallelism, convergence. Do we have convergence in human evolution?
Convergence.
So parallelism only we can get it some kind of similarities. Okay. Convergence we cannot get it because all the primates, so lesser primates led to the medium primates. Medium primates led to the Pungidae and Hominid evolution. So these are all connected by genetics.
Yes, sir.
There is no convergence that we can show in primatology.
Okay, sir.
So if you want to show, if you go for the mammals we can tell that. So not only this kind of primates having the same primates and other mammals have similarities. So in human evolution we cannot get it convergence because we are all descended from common ancestor.
Okay, sir. So then what can we quote in as an example in this?
Convergence. So
Yes,
that's
sir,
whales and sharks you can use, or bat convergence, bat and birds you can use it. That is also very good for convergence.
Yes, sir. And what conclusion we can give, sir, in this conclusion?
You can say adaptive fitness. The traits are the same kind of ecology gives same kind of phenotypes. So same ecological adaptation gives same kind of features or traits. So even though they are not connected by genetic similarity or not descended from a common ancestor. So this is one thing. So without having the genetic common genetics, there could be a same traits because of adaptations. Okay. So even though they have same genes, they are inherited because if they adapted differently, different ecologies, dissimilarities will arise. So the role of
Okay.
environment, the role of genetics we are analyzing here. So same genes, till difference is possible. Different genes, till similarities are possible. Are you getting or not?
Okay, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So this kind of interrelationship we will establish between environment versus genetics.
Okay, sir. Yes, sir. So what is this divergent evolution?
Sorry?
This divergent evolution, sir. Next topic, sir.
So this parallelism, after some time, it will become divergent also. Okay.
Sir.
So when say divergent evolution is nothing but adaptive radiation.
Okay, that is adaptive radiation, sir.
If this is see, if apes and humans, they are not because they were parallel. At the same time, they were adaptive radiated. The apes and humans could not mate each other.
Yes, sir.
Understand that? See, if they are belongs to same species, the mating is possible. If they are different species, mating is not possible. So Australopithecines and apes were parallel. Right now, humans and apes are adaptively radiated and different species. Understand or not? So divergence comes when same species split into two or more species and they are reproductively isolated.
Yes, sir.
So that you should remember. So one species, okay, it enter into the multiple areas, it got developed into different distinct species. So see, in human evolution, so people born in Africa, okay, so these people migrate into Europe. So Europe and Asia, so South Asia, anywhere else you can take. So here, Europe people are evolved into Neanderthals.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So ASEAN people evolved into North Asia, especially Central, North Asia, Siberian region. So this evolved into Denisovan.
Denisovans.
So South Asia and Southeast Asia, these people are erectus.
Homo erectus.
Homo erectus. So and suddenly here Homo sapiens came into being in Africa. So
Yes,
these
sir.
Homo sapiens started migrating towards Europe, Asia, and this kind of Northern Asia and Southeast Asia. So here, so these Homo sapiens, now this is the situation. What you call it is parallelism or can we call it is divergence?
Divergence. Yes, sir.
So are they same species or different species?
So different species.
No, they are not. They are parallelism. This is an example of parallelism. Why? So genetic similarity. All are genetic similarity. Okay. So Homo sapiens interbred with the Neanderthals. Okay.
Yes,
So
sir.
Denisovans, Erectus. So that is why everywhere Homo sapiens come into being, their genes are dominated. So that means interbreeding is possible. It is not that time we can call it as they are different species. If they are different species, they could not interbreed. So this is an example for you can write like a parallelism. So because it's just like lakhs of years ago, they are migrated area. Later they came and made with them. So it's not the result into new species. That's why they are all come under Homo.
Okay, sir.
Understand? So this is how you could distinguish. If anyone like Neanderthal and Homo sapiens, they could not interbreed even side by side. They are residing because it is the stage we can call they are distinct species.
Yes, sir.
So that is the adaptive radiation. Adaptive radiation means ancestor species and descendant species they never interbred. Even both are survived.
Oh.
So this is okay. So you miss anything? Mosaic evolution is nothing like one short answer you missed it. Mosaic evolution. And tomorrow what you will study?
So what is mosaic evolution, sir? What is another term for mosaic evolution?
So mosaic evolution is nothing but differential body parts. They have different time and rate of evolution. So generally human evolution is nothing but a mosaic evolution. So the rate of speed of is it same for brain encephalization and bipedalism? First, which was rapidly finished that evolution? Bipedalism or brain encephalization? So bipedalism rapidly progressed. Bipedalism time was earliest. Plus, after finishing this bipedalism in a human being, the brain started speed for increasing the size. So brain increasing size, speed and after bipedalism got perfected. So why can't bipedalism and brain both have at a time with the same speed possible? Are you getting that? Mosaic means different time periods, different organs, they start evolve. So after that, dentation, jaws, these are all got modified. So they took speed up to reform. So first it has the high speed, and that means during the bipedalism, brain expansion also started. But which one first completed? Brain expansion completed, bipedalism completed. So bipedalism completed. That means the rate of change of bipedalism is very faster than the brain expansion. So during the brain expansion time, this teeth size started reduced. But once brain became fully developed, then only teeth and everything they started completely reduction in size. So when did it happen? Teeth in the present size of the human's teeth started modifying after Holocene. After Holocene, invention of the agriculture. So this led to the present teeth come into being. But our brain evolution, that is 1450 cc, it had appeared during the time of Homo sapiens, Cro-Magnon, like 1 lakh years ago.
Okay, sir.
Till that, the brain volume is not increasing. But after that, so we have teeth and everything is the speed and they got completely transformed it, right? Some duration brain rapidly changed and slowed. Now we are in the slower process of brain change. So after that, so brain encephalization speeded and it slowed. And after that, teeth modification speeded and it slowed. So this is how different organs at different rates and different times they start to evolve. So why?
Okay,
Why this kind of mosaic evolution?
This kind of mosaic evolution, sir. So that the organism will develop in a effective manner, sir, like one after the another. They should not be
all organs at a time, at a speed develop. So they could not come under the harmonization. Okay. So brain is expanding, bipedalism is expanding. So it is not possible to fit in the birth canal. Once bipedalism is got perfected, so the birth canal comes into being some size. So based on that size only, brain should expand. Understand? Abnormality, it cannot be, it causes. So this is called a harmony. The teeth size and everything, they are also harmony. So that's why first one settles and dictates the remaining. I grown this much only. You have this much range, or you can grow up to this much range only. So this kind of dictation, inter-coordination is possible. That is called harmony. Otherwise, brain is continuously expanding. The bipedalism could not able to accommodate the delivery process.
Yes, sir.
Bipedalism perfected and decides So this much only birth canal is possible. Then the brain should accommodate that much size only. This is how the first traits decide the remaining traits. If everybody starts at same rate and everything, so it will give disharmony, not a harmonic of the one organ proportionate to another organ.
Okay, sir.
So
Fetus
that is the
development.
advantage of mosaic evolution.
Okay, sir. Yes, sir.
So tomorrow you will study some questions like, I will explain 1 minute. So primates. Okay. So why man is a primate? Why man is a primate?
Yes,
So
sir.
primate characteristics. Second one is primate locomotion, primates distribution. So are you writing or so I want to send that questions?
So you please send the questions, sir, please.
Okay, I will send this.
Yes, sir.
So okay, don't waste the time. After 5 o'clock, you sit on the optional. So today,
Yes,
because
sir.
the first class, I took so much of time explanation. Tomorrow, I will finish very fast.
Okay, sir. Okay,
So only physical anthropology, it will take little bit time. Social cultural, everything within 5 minutes, 10 minutes, we can finish it.
okay, sir. And sir, what about this Cobb's rule, Gauss rule,
So those
Dollo's
are not
rule?
important. Nobody will ask. Okay.
Nobody.
So in evolutionary process, when organ is transformed from one type to another type, it cannot get back. So irreversibility.
Okay,
So we became quadrupedal to bipedal, right? Can we go back to the bipedalism to quadrupedalism again? So they said that evolution is linear, step by step. So it cannot go back against as it is step by step backward.
yes.
That is irreversibility. And some other thing is over a period of time in the evolutionary process, organisms increase their size. So earliest species were single cellular, later multicellular coming into being. So multicellular is smaller in size. Later the size has increased. So now that means in a evolutionary process, organism tend to increase their bodily sizes. So
Yes,
it's better explained if an organism is well adapted all kind of ecologies. So they have severe too much of growth and development. So these are the small properties of evolution process. Okay, if you want, you can study that Gauss rule, Pope's rule.
okay, sir.
So those are all simple things.
Okay, sir. And so this is evolution ongoing process.
Yes, evolution is ongoing process. There is no stoppage.
Yes, sir. In this we have to write microevolution, macroevolution.
Yes.
And what are the factors affecting the microevolution?
Yes, the nature is always changing. So after Pleistocene, Pliocene come into being, Pliocene after Pleistocene come into being, Pleistocene later, Holocene come into being, Holocene later, some again climate change result into the ice age formation. So environment, as long as environment is not static, so it produces the evolutionary forces are operates.
Okay, sir.
So the best example is recent evolution of the human being traits. So our humans are evolving even today. And that means, so just lactose intolerance that I explained to you, right?
Lactose intolerant, yes, sir.
So yes, every human baby, they produce lactose, that enzyme. So the purpose of that enzyme is to break down the milk. So during the weaning period, the baby should suckle that milk of the mother. That should be digested. So that breakdown of this milk, lactose enzyme is present in the digestive system. Once weaning period is over, that lactose enzyme stops produce that enzyme body stops producing that enzyme. Okay. In that situation, if somebody takes that milk or dairy product every day, what would happen? Are you getting or not? There is no enzyme to break down these dairy products. So they will get vomitings, motions. Because the digestive system is not designed for breakdown of this lactose kind of milk products. If some individuals still they produce lactose enzyme in their digestive system, what would happen? So they could comfortably take these dairy products.
Okay.
So when did humans taking this dairy products started actually? So initial babyhood, since the birth of humans, we have that baby sucking the mother from the mother, that we have that. That means during infancy, that enzyme production is biological thing. But we acquired this dietary product intake we acquired it from how many years back?
Vedic period, sir. Ancient,
Domestication of animal.
Domestic, yes, sir. Neolithic and
So
Mesolithic.
like just
sir.
10,000 BC. So different animals
Yes,
are domesticated in different areas. So that each animal is providing milk, meat. So these are all the things they consume. That means
Yes.
after infancy period, later the milk injection into the digestive system is acquired thing very recently.
Okay, sir.
Some humans are adapted for that by producing the enzyme. Some humans are not yet adapted for the dairy product.
Yes,
So
sir.
this is evolution going on or not?
Yes, sir.
So that question is there in population genetics. There I will explain more number of human examples.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, sir.
I will send today's question.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much, sir. So it is taking, sir, like 3 hours, like now 3 to 4 hours, like after 6. And then if it is pending, then I'm taking 1 hour in the afternoon.
So this is first day. You should come to that familiarity of the process. I took this much
Yes,
time.
sir.
So generally on time I will post the questions and I will evaluate those copies and I will invite the meeting. Just 10 minutes I will finish that. So if you want more,
Okay.
okay. So every day you sit on 5 questions, not more than that. So only primatology and hominin evolution is got over. The remaining things you can go very speedily.
Okay, sir.
Those are all very small, right? There is no confusion on that things. There is very small, simple topics. You could do 7 topics per day, and make sure that. So we will go by test wise. So all these chapters you are finishing, that you have to write a 250 mark test. Otherwise, there is
Okay,
nothing
sir.
like this. Unit wise test series is not good for mains writing people.
Ji, sir. Ji, sir.
Okay.
We'll do it, sir.